Hello everyone, I'm Serena Fazan of the Serena Fazan Network, brought to you by Red House Streaming. We are committed to helping those impacted by Hurricane Ian. You can see the unprecedented damage caused after Ian made landfall just short of a Category 5 storm. So many lost their lives. Thousands are without homes as a massive recovery mission is underway. We are teaming up with the Red Cross. Please join us in this rebuilding effort. It's as simple as scanning the QR code or following the link below. Stay safe.
Dating in America is brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source.
This month's Gems with Them birthstones to make perfect gifts.
October has two spectacular birthstones, opal and tourmaline. Both have endless color combinations and beautiful coloring characteristics.
To learn more, visit our website or come see us at the Gold and Diamond Source.
It's the good, the bad,
Possibly a murderer?
and the funny of the single scene.
Yeah, you young people don't talk about that.
Listen,
I want just the text back.
laugh, and get your love life on track. This is Dating in America with Serena Fazan.
Hi everyone, I am Serena Fazan and welcome to Dating in America, a show talking about love, navigating your love life, especially right now at this time. Joining me in the studio, Vasti Amaro and Yailis Feliciano. Ladies, welcome. And I love your name super, as we say below, loving yourself while you're single, right?
That's right.
So Vasti, let's start with you. You're going to be celebrating your 50th birthday this year.
I am next year in
Next
May.
year.
Yes.
In May? Oh,
yes.
I didn't know. May what?
Memorial weekend. I always
Oh.
go to a new country. Stay tuned.
That is wonderful. So my daughter, Sammy, her birthday is in May too, so I'm
Okay.
very partial, you know, to
Memorial
the month.
weekend.
Yes,
I'm
so
a
you're
Gemini.
Okay, so you're a Gemini,
Uh-huh.
turning 50.
Yeah.
Yailis, you're 42.
I am 42.
And how is dating right now? What's going on?
Well,
You
you want me to start?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll tell you right now, I'm getting ready to be back on the scene after taking the first half of the year off. I dated for 2 years during the pandemic. Believe it or not, you could date during the pandemic. Learned a lot, had fun. What was the main thing we could do while we were socially distancing? Golfing. It's my hobby, and that is where I made the best connections. Having a good time doing what I love, meeting good quality people that are at the same level as I am. And had a blast, golfing, traveling, resort golf life. And then I felt like after 2 years of that, the first part of this year, I just took a little hiatus so I could regroup, assess, kind of see, digest how that felt, and have some clarity on like, what do I want to do next? Okay, what did I learn from that and where I'm going to go now? And now I'm back into the scene with new intentions. And it's more about finding that life partner to do life with and fulfill a purpose while still enjoying life. That's where I'm at in this season. So I'm believing and trusting I'm going to find that one.
And that true love.
That true love.
We're-
While I'm still loving myself.
Yeah, I know, you
Because
have
I
to.
love me some Vasti. You know that, right?
You know what? I always say, right? You have to love yourself before someone else can
That's
truly
right.
love you. You have to
Absolutely.
love yourself
Absolutely.
first.
Yeah.
So, Yailis, where are you at right now in your love life?
I have not been dating for the last year. I have been loving myself. I am a scuba diver, so I have taken on my hobby, deep traveling, scuba diving, different countries, Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, just came back from Honduras, doing what I love. I have an excellent group of friends. I have my children, just really taking care of the things that matter to me. Now open to dating. I am open to dating. I am not opposed to it, but I am just so enjoying my life right now. When I think about your question, how is dating now is complicated. It's hard to meet people when we're so busy with work and life. Where do you meet people? You resort online dating, or you go out to your local bar, and it is what it is when you're there. Is hard. So the focus is not that. The focus is I'm living my best life, and at some point I will be at the right place at the right time and perhaps meet somebody.
I have so many comments on what you both said. First of all, look at you two little rock stars. I mean, a golfer, you have already been on the record. I would encourage people to watch that episode about golf. And oh my gosh, are these scuba diving?
Scuba diving.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
So years ago when I was in traditional news, we did a series on how to meet,
Yes.
the right person. And what you commented on, Yailis, and you both did too, Vasti, is when you do something that you enjoy and that you love, you not only project, that love out there and that positive energy, but also you might meet somebody scuba diving, or you might meet somebody on the golf course.
And it just happens organically. You're out there on the golf course, you get to know people, you have the same commonality, you have the same interests. People actually introduce. So the nice thing about golf, it's for people, and it's a nice way to do couples, double dates. So if someone is thinking about introducing you to someone, it's a nice way to just put a team of foursome together. And by the end of the day, it's the best place to really assess someone for 4 hours. It's a 4-hour game, and it's checking your character, your integrity, your patience. You can sum up real quickly in a game of golf whether or not you want to see someone again.
She's going to be really interested in golfing.
Yes, she does. Yeah. Well, let me ask you guys this. And Yailis, you mentioned it about, okay, you're ready to find somebody. You both did. Yeah. And you touched upon online dating. Now, I have several friends, like, our age group, that say that is the only way you are going to meet somebody. You cannot meet somebody organically anymore. Now, I don't believe that. I believe you can meet people organically. But what about online dating? Have both of you considered going online? Have you gone online?
Been there, done that.
Yes, I am on it right now. It's just very interesting, just the interactions, the people that like you, or conversations that get sparked and then die off, or no follow through, or you get unsolicited pictures.
Yeah. Please don't tell me. Are some of them like R-rated?
I don't know about your experience, but what I found, it was like they have this standard. It's them in the gym, them with their dog, them fishing, a fish, and it's like, what is going on online? And who's telling these men that this is what women want to see about them?
I have to even because I know the team is, I can't even believe I said, are they R-rated? Because they know I get so embarrassed talking about
they're
like that.
usually shirt off, in the gym, on the boat with the fish, the biggest fish, fish, right? And their big dog.
You see, but to give them credit, those are probably the things that they love and they like to do. Just like us, I have pictures swimming with sharks. I am my scuba diving suit.
Yep.
I have pictures of things that I enjoy and I like to do. So the mirror picture is the one that I don't like, when they're in the bathroom, in front of the mirror with the selfie.
Okay, guys, are you listening to this?
Don't do the selfie.
Yeah, with the mirror.
You can do better. Do better.
Yeah.
Okay, Vasti, you said you have been there, done that.
Yeah,
so what does this mean? Have you gone on a few dates, or what happened?
So I tried it. I probably didn't give it a fair chance. I tried it. It lasted a whopping 30 days. And here's why. Got tired of the same portraits, right? Same portraits, different names. Then, like Yailis mentioned, hit or miss communication. It's like something goes, and then no communication. Yes. And then the one date that I went on, coffee, because that's where the real interview is happening. We're talking about the wife and the 4 kids and the nanny and the dog, and he's on the couch, but he's working through it. And I'm like, it's a wrap, let's go. And he's like, well, would you like to go on a walk now? I'm like, no, it's a wrap. I'm leaving.
Yes, because
that was it.
Because it was. So was it such a turnoff to you that he's saying that
he's working through? Yeah, he's navigating. He's about to leave a relationship, but what he shared was way too much information. And I'm not in the business of training adults in this space. I am a professional life coach and executive coach, and that includes relationships, but I'm not here to train when I'm dating. And so that was just not something that I am willing to do. I want someone who's equally yoked, who can be at my level, who can really navigate life with me and have fun along the way. I am not working and counseling when I'm on a date.
When you're on a date.
Yeah, so that was the turnoff for me.
And Yailis, what about you? Like, did you actually go out on some of the dates, or what did you find?
I have not this time around. From the last time, actually the last relationship that I had, I met organically while scuba diving.
Oh,
So,
see,
yes.
we talked about that at the very beginning of the show when you do something
Yeah,
you love.
so yeah, we had a good relationship for about a year. There was not a match. It wasn't meant to last longer than that. And I found that just taking my time now, I'm going online, talking to people. But if somebody's not putting the effort to want to see me, to want to meet with me, I just drop them.
Likewise, yeah, I'm not,
Yeah.
I would say with what Yailis just mentioned, I had about a year relationship, and we were just not in the same season. They were just coming out of a relationship. I've been single much longer and much advanced in where I was going. So sometimes the seasons don't line up. They're good people. All the folks that I dated organically, good character, we were equally yoked, just different seasons. And that's okay too. That's part of the journey.
So let me ask you guys this, because you both mentioned your relationships were about a year. At the very beginning of that relationship, from the very beginning, did you feel that, I'm not sure about this, or were you very into the person at the very beginning?
I was like that. It's not normally what I would.
You were into the person.
I was not.
You was not.
I
you
was
were
not. But this person really put an effort. Did all the right things, the courting, the dating, traveling. So it got to the point where I'm like, maybe I should give this an opportunity and see if it goes to the next level. I discovered that it didn't. I feel like if you don't have that from the very beginning, that deep connection, like that chemistry or that soul connection, if it's not from the beginning, you cannot make it up.
And that's for me. So I'm a lover at heart. So
Yes.
if I'm going to commit to you, I'm into you. It's always a connection for me. We were connected. It was great. It was fantastic.
So you have that soul connection at the
absolutely.
beginning. Okay.
The difficult part was we were in different seasons. And I'm just in a place in my life where that season, I'm not going to slow down or go backwards just to let someone catch up to me. And so I just recognized it and allowed it to work itself out. No understanding, no hard feelings, just we were just in two different seasons of our lives.
So I want to ask, let's talk about that a little bit more, because I was talking to a male friend of mine, Mike Muroff, in fact, who was on Dating in America, and we were talking about, he said, is it timing, or do you think even if it's the wrong time in your life, if the right person comes along, it becomes the right time?
I like that. I'm going to pause and kind of digest that question a second.
Okay. What do you think, Yailis? Because, some people say timing is everything. They say timing is everything.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. There's so many factors that could go into that statement. Are they going through a divorce? Or are we going through something major that is not going to allow us to fully develop the relationship and to fully focus on the relationship? There's people who are not in the right headspace to be able to invest in a relationship. It may be the right person, but it could turn into a codependency or toxic relationship. And you are better walking out and then revisiting in the future if that's the case. If not, just moving on.
Yeah. And for me, I do believe that if the right person comes along, you make the time for it. I'm a believer that everybody's in our life for a reason. It has a purpose. And if you embrace that, there's something for both to take away. And I'm a very reflective person. So I take every season, every experience as an opportunity for myself to grow and learn. And I allow anything to manifest itself. If it's time, then I will adjust. And I will know within my own spirit that this is something that I should entertain. So I do believe that I adjust. I've always done that. But for me, it is an intuitive, it is a feeling. I am much a connector. and I can tell if this is something that I need, and I'm drawn to it. I cannot ignore it. So I do adjust if the time is right.
She truly is a life coach, right? She is a life coach. All right, guys, with that, we're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. You are watching Dating in America.
Thinking about getting engaged, planning to upgrade your wedding ring, or finally getting that Rolex?
The Golden Diamond Source can help you in many ways.
You can start a layaway plan for only 10% down and 6 monthly payments.
Take advantage of our 3 to 5 year interest-free financing.
Or you can trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase.
Come to the Golden Diamond Source and find that perfect gift for the ones that you love.
This month's Gems with Them birthstones to make perfect gifts.
October has 2 spectacular birthstones to commemorate their birthdays, opal and tourmaline. Both have endless color combinations and beautiful coloring characteristics.
The lesser-known tourmaline has a rainbow of beautiful colors and can display up to 3 colors in a single gem.
Tourmaline is the 8th anniversary stone and opal is the 14th.
To learn more, visit our website or come see us at the Golden Diamond Source.
Welcome back to Dating in America. Okay, in the commercial break, we have Yailis and Vasti here, both in their 40s, in their 50s, in the 40s. You're 49.
Yeah,
You're not
yes.
going to be 50 until 2020.
That's right.
Okay, wait, in the commercial break, you are a life coach and you are a learning
Learning and development.
and both amazing rock star women, I have to say.
Thank you.
And you are. And so this is, what were you talking about courtship during the commercial break?
Well, I was just acknowledging, we were talking on the right here that what is happening right now, we know that the world, the universe is shifting. We can sense it, we feel it. And in terms of relationships, unlike our parents' generation, our generation, we are redefining courtship. Because, you know, men are the traditional providers and, you know, protectors, the lead, and the woman would just follow their lead in that generation. Every generation grows. And now women have taken more of a leadership role because we've had to. We've had to take care of ourselves. We've had to step up. And Yailis and I were talking about on the way here that sometimes we have to operate in our masculine energy more so because we're in those leadership roles. But when a woman, because we were made mostly feminine, and that's okay, masculine, feminine, we all have it, and we roll between the two. When we show up with a man and we are in our feminine state, that allows the man to more show up in his masculine. But if we as leaders and independent women show up mostly in our masculine state, we're seeing that the men, they just respond in a more feminine state and take the more passive role.
Okay, so, okay, wait, were you going to say something about that, Yailis? Because speaking of that, we have questions, and one of the questions is, I love this, our social media producer comes up with our questions. Speaking of the masculine and the feminine role, do you feel that on a first date, it is essential for a man to pay the bill?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Hello, absolutely.
Yes. The adamant yes. Why is that?
Absolutely. I think I'm traditional when it comes to the roles. So I feel that the man should have the opportunity to show their leadership. So I do generally like them to plan the date, to take the lead, to pick me up and do what they are traditionally meant to do as men, masculine. Open the door. I will wait for them to come and open the door. You know, to piggyback on what Vasti said, I'm a single mom. I have 2 teenage boys. I run a household. I have a team at work. I just closed a business recently that I led. So I'm always in that go leadership role. And I do want to feel taken care of.
It is very romantic.
It is. Yes. And that, so first of all, the question, I believe, is a personal choice. I don't think there's a right or wrong. Vasti, I am a queen. I like to be wined and dined and taken care of. I too am a leader. I take care of family. I take care of business. I'm on boards, nonprofit boards. I'm always leading. So when I am not working and I am not in my leadership role, and especially when I'm dating, it warms my heart. I'm a romantic at heart. I love for the man to lead. So if they are shy and they don't take the opportunity, they've lost it.
They've lost Vasti.
You've lost
That's-
Vasti.
yeah,
yes.
you have lost Vasti
Listen,
for
make
sure.
the reservation, pick up the phone and invite me. Tell me what time. I want to be ready, show up, have a good time. You take care of everything, including the bill, and drop me back at my door. You might get another date.
But also, we have a big role. We have to look pretty, look feminine. We have to be appreciative in that
The
scenario.
gratitude.
Of, yes.
The gratitude.
You know, and some people might be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they're saying." But I love being a woman. I have to say, and,
Absolutely.
you know,
I like my, but see, we can be both. We
Right.
both masculine and
Yes.
feminine, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, I can pay my own bill. Yes, I can get myself to most dates, and that's safe these days.
Yes.
But when it comes to the truth these days, sometimes you
because
sometimes you gotta drive yourself.
No.
Don't give your
my question is because of all the online dating
Yeah.
things.
You
You know,
gotta-
we've
you
had
gotta
like
be
guys on the
careful.
shows. Like I was talking about Mike Muroff and Scott Schoonmaker. They were both on Dating in America, and they said they prefer picking up the woman.
Right.
Yes.
But nowadays, they don't know.
Well, after the second date,
Yeah.
they could.
Right. But here's what we talked about on the way here.
Uh-huh.
To your point, we recognize that we are all a little confused because we're redefining it. Can we agree to that, right?
Yes, I think
so,
definitely.
So the part about they don't know what to do, what I mentioned to Yailis was what I do now that I recognize what it is, I make it perfectly clear what Vasti would like, what Vasti desires, not what is the norm out there, what is society doing now. I make it clear and upfront. I would prefer that you pick me up. Can you make the reservation? If they don't, I know it's on me to make it clear what I want.
What you want.
What I want.
Your voice.
Yes. So just to give an example, today I have a second date with somebody who I met online, and this person has been consistent with the communication. Seems like a really nice guy. So he figured out the date and the time, and I said, "Perfect. I will be ready at 7."
Perfect. And now you're looking forward to the date clearly because it's a second date.
And he was, okay, so I will pick you up. Yes, I'll give you the address when it gets closer to the time. So it's almost like you have to hint to what your expectations are, and the men that get it, get it.
Now
and then there's the ones that don't get
So
it.
my example, I'm dealing with one that doesn't, so he doesn't have a date yet. 4 months into communication. 4 months, ladies. So he starts with, I think it was May. Like, can I call you? I'm like, oh, this is a start. We're picking up the phone. So we have a very great conversation, probably about 30, 40, someone I know, again, everything organic.
And 30 to 40 minutes, I mean, that's a good sign.
We got
You're
through the
talking.
important stuff, right? He's like, mentioned some future things we could do together. Great. Ladies, 4 months later, he's still texting and trying to figure out and what and da-da. And I just told Yailis, I'm just not going to do it for him. I'm not.
Right. And 4 months later,
4 months later, he's still, just this weekend, it was, I'm doing this, but then Saturday that, but Sunday this. I still haven't had a clear invitation. So I'm just like, great, take care.
Well, to your point too, when you said earlier in the show that, listen, you've got to take care of you, and clearly he may not be at that in the season. He's not in the season.
He's not at my level, and so why waste my time? If he gets there, great. But there are some other promising prospects, so we'll go with that.
Okay, all right. So what does, though, an ideal first date look like? You guys have talked about it, making the reservation, making the plans. But is it a fancy dinner? Is it going to lunch? Is it playing golf? I mean, what is your ideal first date?
For me, I think, so with all of that as preface to the date, having a good open conversation. It could be over drinks or over an appetizer, having some wine, just having good conversation and really get to know the person. Having a level of connection, chemistry has to be there. I don't necessarily like people who the conversation is one-sided. There's got to be balance. I'm curious about you. I want you to be curious about me.
Don't monopolize.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not. It's great that you are so amazing, and I'm glad to hear all about it. But be curious about me too.
Yeah. And so for me, so my love language is touch and quality time. So obviously, I'm looking to connect with you. I want to connect. I want to spend quality time with I have a good quality time. And, that means if that's in the park, if it's at dinner, if it's on the golf course, wherever, if it's at church. I love outdoors, I love spirituality, and I love sports. I'm an athlete, if you can't tell.
Of course.
Most important is quality time. I want your time, and I want you to be present.
Isn't this interesting, though? For the both of you, it doesn't really matter, right? But you just need that quality time.
Women are much simpler than they make it seem to be.
100%. Right. Now, once you get, okay, what is an absolute non-negotiable when it comes to finding a partner? Or are there several non-negotiables?
Well, for me, a non-negotiable is someone who's not whole healthy. And what I mean by that is if they've got baggage that they haven't cleaned up.
Like the guy on the couch with the wife.
With the wife and the ex, or you're still going through a divorce, or you haven't healed your inner child and you've got emotional. Anything that is not healthy, I want a full, whole, healthy person. And I can sum you up in the first conversation.
And I'll give you a chance to answer too. I was talking to someone also on the show that said he would not go out with someone until they were officially divorced. But how some people, they move out, it's 3 years later, 4 years later. Is that really important to you too, that they have to be officially divorced?
Not only officially divorced, go ahead.
Right, and I think that's part of what Vasti is saying. That is baggage. You have to have your life in order. For me, I have to make sure that their life is in order. If there's drama, so my life is pretty awesome. Like, I have a great life. I love my life, and I try to live stress-free or very reduced rate of stress in my life. So if I bring anybody into my life, they're either going to enhance my happiness or just add to my life in some way, not take away. You're not going to stress me out. You're not going to take away. You're not going to suck my soul. That's not going to happen. So those are things that I look for: drama, stressors, if they're complaining, negative, those things like that, I don't do.
Out the door.
Out the door.
You guys have been amazing. So as we close out the show, let's end with a really fun question. Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh my goodness. The Rock.
The Rock, because you never know who's what. I mean,
The Rock.
The Rock.
So yeah, he's my big crush.
He's your big crush.
Yes.
I don't have one.
You don't have one.
I do not.
No, but isn't that also like a relief, like not having?
No.
And there's just so many. I mean, there's just,
And I'm glad you didn't ask the typical question. Thank you for not asking that. What is your type? We don't have a
No,
type.
there's no type.
That is not it.
Well, I will say, any man that dates either of you is one lucky dude. You guys are wonderful.
I would agree with that. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming on. I know we could talk about this for so long. Maybe we'll do a Facebook Live too after the show. And of course, you never know, coming back, I'd love to have a dating an American reunion.
Ooh,
Yes, and I love setting people up. So if you're ever interested in one of the guests on the show, please reach out to me. And also on that note, if you have a personal love, business, community story, we do want to hear from you. And if you want to be on the show, please email us at redhousestreaming.com or production@redhousestreaming.com. Please share our show on our multiple social media platforms. And we're also on Roku right now with many big announcements coming soon.
Awesome.
But
This was fun.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you
so
for
much.
making my day. Have a great week, everyone, and stay safe.
The Golden Diamond Source has been in business for nearly 4 decades and is one of the largest family-owned jewelry stores in America.
We have the largest selection of white and fancy colored diamonds and gemstones you'll find anywhere.
We also have private areas for VIP viewings.
Only at the Golden Diamond Source.
Hello, everyone. I'm Serena Fazan of the Serena Fazan Network, brought to you by Red House Streaming. We are committed to helping those impacted by Hurricane Ian. You can see the unprecedented damage caused after Ian made landfall just short of a Category 5 storm. So many lost their lives. Thousands are without homes as a massive recovery mission is underway. We are teaming up with the Red Cross. Please join us in this rebuilding effort. It's as simple as scanning the QR code or following the link below. Stay safe.